everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I would like to talk about reconnecting with your families. That's a subject that we're going to talk about today. It's called reconnecting with your families. A lot of times in life, we tend to get distance from our loved ones, our family that we were put together with. We can't pick our families, but our friends are the only ones that we can pick. I talk about this today because I also suffered from this and also go through some of these things too. In life with family, we reconnect sometimes from them, meaning that family is not close anymore like they used to be. It shouldn't be that way. We are not close the way we were raised to be. We are not people, we don't even socialize badly with our families. Now, I know sometime in life, some of our family can do very hurtful and very harsh things to us. But at the end of the day, we can't pick our family. It doesn't hurt you or cost anything to contact your family and check up on them and love them from a distance if you can't love them right there. That's something that we have to all remember and realize. A lot of times we don't even talk to our families only until it's a funeral or a family reunion. It shouldn't be that way, where we only reconnecting with our loved ones and our family members when somebody died. Then we all sorry and crying and living with regrets. We shouldn't wait to we have to live with regrets to call a person up or go check up on that person to see how they doing, because that's our family no matter what. At the end of the day, you can't stop who your family is. You can't control that. That's who you were picked. So if that's your family, at the end of the day, you have to love your family. So it's something that it's better said than doing. So you have to really get to it and start doing the matter, because that's something that we need. We need families to get back close together, back loving each other, back helping each other like we used to do. What happened to family gatherings? What happened to having family eat outs, cookouts, and getting together with our family back again and loving on one another and being there for each other? Because in the end, your family is the ones that's going to be there if anything happens to you. Your family is who going to be there to take their time to remember everything that they ever known about you. So we need to really think about how we need to get and reconnect back with our families, because it's everybody, every race, it's going through it where they're not close with their family members anymore. We shouldn't go through that. Let's not wait till it get too late to try to call our family member or check up on our family member. We may have that family member or a couple of them that we totally just we cannot get along with. That's understandable. Everybody's made different. But it's not going to hurt you to send a text every now and then and say, "Hey man," or "Hey, I'm just checking up on you," and just to say I love you. If you don't want to say I'm checking up on you, just say I just wanted to text you and say I love you. That means a lot by telling somebody I love you. But what hurts the most is when somebody don't hear from you. It builds up hatred in people's heart, and it becomes where families are hating each other. It shouldn't be where we are hating each other. We should not hate each other and we are drawing apart from each other instead of drawing near to each other. It shouldn't be that much hatred in the world to where we can't stand our brother or our sister or our aunt or our uncle or our cousin. It shouldn't be that way. Or our mother or our father. It shouldn't be that way. No matter what, they were picked to be in our life, and it's for a reason. Because if it wasn't for a reason, you would not have the family members that you have. So you have to learn how to deal with them and how to still love them unconditionally. You have to still love them no matter what, because they're still your family. You can't love a higher power or a higher source if you cannot love your own family are brothers and sisters which you see every day and that's around you. Reconnecting with our family members and getting back on track is something important that we all need to do. I'm guilty of it too. And that's something why I talk about it, because it's not good to only be around your family when somebody dies or something bad happened to them, or maybe for a family reunion that maybe happens only once every 10 years, maybe, or maybe longer. It shouldn't go that long where we are not communicating with our loved ones. We need to be communicating. I'm not saying you have to do it every day, but it doesn't hurt to do it at least every now and then. Check up on them, see if they're okay, see maybe if they need something. You may have that elderly, your grandmother, maybe you're not close with her, but she's getting older. See if she's okay. Check on your grandfather, check on your mom and dad, your sisters and brothers. Because when it's too late, you're going to live with regrets. You're going to live with regrets like I did before. And you don't want to live with regrets because you're going to regret every moment that you lost with that person, with that loved one, over foolishness, over things that doesn't even matter. And when you're going to realize it, it's going to be too late. You don't want something to happen and it passes by, life just passes us by. And then you're walking up to maybe your brother or your sister or your aunt or your daddy or someone you was not close with in your family, and you're walking up to their wake and their funeral, and then you feel bad and you want to reconnect. We can't reconnect once they're gone. Once they dead, it's no use to even go to a grave site and put flowers on it and talk to them because they can't hear you, and they will not be able to see the flowers that you're putting either on their grave. It won't mean nothing. Give them their flowers and roses while they living. So when they dead, you don't have to worry about giving it to them because you gave it to them enough while they were alive. That's reconnecting back with your family. We all need to do this because we don't want to live with regrets. Nobody want to live crying and angry with themselves, knowing that they could have picked up that phone and called their brother, or they could have picked up that phone and called their auntie. At the end of the day, we all live by choices. That's a choice. And that's not a hard or a difficult choice to make. Reconnecting with your family, reuniting with your family, loving your family back again, that's something special and something awesome to do. So that's something that we need to really think about doing. And a lot of times we get sidetracked. Everybody too busy with their lives. We're living with some people living with hatred in their heart. They're living with a lot of bad pains in their heart. But you can't allow your pain to overcome you. You can't allow that pain to hurt you and harm you that much to where you totally hate your own family member that you were chosen to be with. That's something you cannot stop. You were chosen to be in that family. So no matter how much you don't like your family, you have to deal with your family. You have to deal with them at some point of a time. Don't wait till it's a bad scene to have to deal with it. Deal with it now. Y'all tie up these problems, talk it out. It doesn't hurt to reconnect and talk over some of the disagreements that y'all maybe disagreed with in the past. Everybody go through disagreements. We are all different. So at the end, we have to always remember we're not going to think alike. We all going to have a different opinion. Don't hate your brother, your cousin, your sister because your opinion was totally different from theirs. Or maybe you were totally different from them. You don't want to hate no one about that. You want to still be able to love your family member no matter what because you want them to still matter and mean something. And you want them to remember the greatness about the memories that y'all shared together, not bad memories. Don't wait till it's too late to reconnect with your brother or your sister or your family member because that's going to cost you a lot in the end. And you won't be able to get that time that you wasted hating each other or you wasted being just evil towards each other and not wanting to stick together. What happened to loving each other, our brothers and sisters being together with family. What happened to that? It has totally went away. No one even cares about family anymore like it used to be. Nobody even cares to even show the love of with family because we all want to live our own lives and we all want to be difficult. We all want to be more than everybody, or we all want to be better than this person. Why are we trying to be better than our own family? Why can't we just join them and we all grow together and love each other? Because time doesn't warn us when our time is up. So if time doesn't warn us and we spending all this time bickering with a loved one or family one, you're gonna regret it because you the whole time that y'all lived, y'all bickered. Y'all hated each other, you envy each other. That's not a life no one wanna live. Hating each other, and then at the end you live with the guilt because you're going to their wake or funeral. Now you're hurt and you're guilty. If you're not going to talk to them while they living and reconnect with them while they living, why be so guilty and cry and try to reconnect at their wake or funeral when something happens to them? Why try to reconnect then? Because it doesn't show that you were a good person. It's shown signs of guiltiness. That's what it's showing, that you're guilty from what you did to them or done to them. Don't be guilty for something that you've done. You be very happy when you know your loved one leave because y'all spent every time, every moment y'all could have get with each other. Even though y'all went through difficulties in life and y'all were both different, but y'all still made a way to love each other and to forgive each other. We have to forgive each other for some of the wrongs that our family members done to us. Yes, that it's more easy said than done, but you have to have an open mind and a forgiving heart. You have to think things over to forgive someone when they done and caused so much pain or torture to your life. You cannot allow it to control you or to stop your life, because when you allow it to control you, it stops your life because you're constantly dwelling on that situation. And you have to get past that situation by forgiving your brother, forgiving your sister, forgiving your mother, your father, your cousin, your aunt, your uncle. We have to forgive one another, forgiving your children. You know, children forgiving their parents. We have to let it go. We can't hang on to bad things and hatred and things that's not right. We have to, at the end of the day, we have to only hang on to the great things that's going to benefit us in life. Things that's going to cause us no harm, no trouble is what we hang on to, is the greatness that we shared with one another. Not thinking about all the bad things that that person may have done to you because you still cannot forgive them and let the pain go. You have to walk away from it at some point in time in your life because it becomes a cling to you. It's going to cling on to you and it becomes who you are. And you don't want to allow anything to become who you are. Don't allow it to become who you are. You are the controller of everything of your life. So don't allow anything to become who you are. You need to become that great person that you know you are. And start out with reconnecting back with your family. Reconnecting back with people that you know you could not have picked to be in your family or in your life. That's someone that you can't change out of your circle. Yes, if they have caused you a lot of pain and a lot of harm to your life and they're nothing but danger to your life, I do understand. And sometimes you have to only love them from a distance. But loving them from a distance, it's not to where you can't send a text every now and then, or you can't call them and just say, how are you doing? I love you. You don't have to stay on the phone with them for hours or minutes. It'll take a minute to say, I was just seeing how are you doing, and I just wanted to say I love you, and for you to take care of yourself. It doesn't hurt to do that. But if you're allowing hatred to build up in your heart and constantly build up, you're going to draw further from your family member instead of draw to them and to forgive them. And we can talk it over. It's a lot of things in life that we can talk over with our family that we chose not to do because we were so stubborn. And that's not good, to let stubbornness control us and get in the front of us and stopping us from loving our own family member. We don't want stubbornness to be a part of our life. That shouldn't be like that. We all deserve to be happy and loving each other, the family that God gave to us. He picked them for a reason, you know. And that's something we have to realize and that we need to know. Our families were picked for a reason. You can't stop that. You can't block it. You can't forget about it. It's going to always come to back to your remembrance because it's your family. So you can't ever forget about them. Don't think you can wash them out your memory. You can just wash them out your mind because it doesn't matter. You're going to still think about the bad things that they done. You'll still think about the good times that you had. It's family. It's something you cannot erase. It's something they're going to be a part of your life always, no matter if you like it or not. They're going to be a part of your family. So you need to just suck it up and just deal with it. And knowing that we can't stop that. All we can do is love one another, and grow together. And we teach each other if we can, and be a helping hand to one another. Help out our family member because we only get one family. You don't get so many families in this world. It's only one family that you get. And once they're gone, you don't want to live in regrets. You don't want to live grieving and hurting over what you know you did. Or you knew you could have reconciled back with your family member. You know you could have reconnected with them, but you chose not to because you were too stubborn. We are too busy worrying about what other people gonna think. Oh, they hurt me too bad. Oh, they did too much to me. All they do is be jealous and hate me, and they do this. If you gonna sit there and dwell on all that bad things that they done, then shame upon you, because you're bringing badness in your situation, badness in your life, that you should ever even care about some of the things that they done. Yes, it is hurtful and painful, some of the things that our family member do. And that's wrong, that we should be against each other and not for each other. But you can't hold that guilt and you can't hold that against them for the rest of their lives. That's called that you are holding hatred in your heart for them, because you can't find it in your heart to forgive that person that may have hurted you or tortured you or did so much bad things to you, where you find that you can't forgive them. But you have to forgive them for yourself. It brings relief to your soul and your body when you forgive a person that hurted you or tried everything in their powers to destroy you. You're going to feel better when you let go of that pain and that hatred that you're holding in for your family member. You're going to feel a relief is off your shoulders because you let that hatred go instead of dwelling on it. Instead of dwelling on all the pain and everything that they caused you. We shouldn't dwell on nothing that somebody caused us. We should only dwell on the goodness and the great times that we share together, and how to work on getting over something that we dealt with as family members, because we have to get over it and get past it. We can't keep thinking on it and keep bringing it back to our remembrance. That's not truly forgiving someone if you keep remembering what they've done. At one point of your life, you have to let it go. It's to free your soul, to free your mind, to free your heart. Let it go and see how better you will feel. Just try it out. It doesn't have to mean it's going to be right away that you're going to reconnect back with your family, because maybe it was a lot of pain that y'all dealt with each other. But start slowly, gradually, sending a text message out, or calling every now and then, or maybe writing a letter if you don't feel comfortable with going and meeting with them right away. Write a letter or send a card saying, I'm just thinking about you. Just wanted to say I love you. Or I just wanted to say I forgive you. I forgive you for what you've done. Doesn't mean you have to be close with them every day, because you are able to love people from a distance. But it's a way that you love them from a distance, not just disconnecting from them totally, and not recognizing your own family member, that you build that much hatred and you have that much hurt and animosity in your heart that you won't even reconcile back with your family member, or you won't even talk back with them. That's not right. That's a lot of guilt and pain that you are holding in, and a lot of unforgiveness that you are holding in. And that's something that you need to wake up and pay attention to before it's too late. Because however we live and we do, our children watch the closest ones to us, and we need to pay attention to that. Because you cannot expect your children to be close with each other if they see their family is not close. They're going to be raised to be apart from their family too. And it's going to be our fault because we could not set aside the animosity and the hate, to set aside and to reconnect with our own family, our own loved ones. And then everybody want to be hurt when something happens to that person, when God gave you enough time in your life to reconnect with that person, to call and say, it's okay, I forgive you. Or to call and say, I'm sorry for what I have done, or all the pain I may have caused you in your life. It doesn't cost anything, and it will not hurt us to tell our family members those words and to share that with our family members. We have to get it together. We all deserve to be together as one and as a family. We deserve that. We were given our families for a reason. We were not just given our families to hate them and everybody's apart. It's not that type of world we were put in. We were put in this world to be with families because we need one another. And if we didn't need one another, we wouldn't be together. We wouldn't be put together as a family to reunite. We need each other. We need that bond. We need that love from each other. We need that support from each other. We can't make it without the love or the support. We can't make it without us being able to know that our family members are okay. No matter what they've done, it's going to still cross your mind. You're going to still wonder and think and hurt. Don't wait till it's too late to reconnect back with your family. A lot of families wait until death occurs in their family. And then everybody trying to reconnect and everybody is crying. But it's too late. You didn't ever get a chance to tell the person that is gone that you're sorry, or that you forgave them, or that you love them. So now you got to live with that guilt for the rest of your life. It's not something you want to live with. It causes more pain and more stress and more sickness upon you than you could really even imagine. Because you're dealing with something that you didn't ever resolve before that person left. That's why we have the time now to resolve our family issues. We need to resolve it. Instead of talking about your family member and gossiping about them, putting your own family down with other people or strange people, or even your friends or other family members. You're not supposed to talk about your family member if you're mad at them or you're going through difficulties. What does that give and prove by you hurting each other by gossiping with your mouth? You're talking against them. You're wishing bad things upon them when you're talking bad about them. Instead of talking about your family member with friends or other family members, why don't you call that person and y'all talk about it instead of spreading everything around what y'all went through or what this person done to you or said. Why not call that person and talk to that person yourself and say, hey, you hurted me. I didn't like the way this ended with us. I didn't like the way we went about this situation. What can we do to resolve this problem as family members so we don't cause any pain or hurting in each other's lives? That's something that we need to realize and think about. All the pain that we are causing in each other's lives, because you never know, maybe that person is really sorry for what they really done, and you've been holding hatred, and you've been holding all this beef and animosity in your heart for the last 15, 20 years. You haven't talked to that person, and you just holding that in, and maybe that person is very sorry and just don't know how to come to you and say, I'm really sorry for what I did 20 years ago or 10 years ago or 5 years ago. It starts with us being a bigger person. It's not going to hurt you to be a bigger person. So it starts with us. Be that bigger person to try to reconnect back with your family, to try to get that love back that we once had with our family members. Like it was at grandma's house, every Sunday dinner, all family members get together, enjoy each other love and company from not being able to see each other out the whole week. We loved it, that privilege, just to get together and see grandmother, grandpa, mama, daddy, all our aunties, uncles, first cousins. We did anything to get that moment. When are we going to get it back? When are we going to reconnect back with our family? When are we going to start with ourselves first and stopping the bitterness and stopping the stubbornness and reunite back with our family member? It starts with us. We can do it. It's nothing that should hold you back from reconnecting and reuniting back with your loved ones. You can pick your friends, but you cannot pick your family members. So remember that. That's something that was given to you before you were put here. So you cannot pick your family members, but you can only pick your friends. Don't put just our friends before our family member. They were there before our friends. It's okay to love them all, your family and your friends, but you need to reconnect back with your family, because that's the most important thing in this world. It's not waiting till it's too late and you causing grief and hurt and pain because you're grieving over your loved one because you could not be there for them. So think about this today, what we talked about this lesson, reconnecting with your family. Reconnect with your family. I thank everyone that be staying in tune with my videos and listening to me. I ask everyone, please guys, share, like, comment, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the post notification button. That means a lot to me when someone's be a subscriber of my YouTube channel, or someone like my video, or someone leave a comment or share it. That means that it meant something to you, because it means a lot to me doing this for you every day, getting this together to talk about. It means a lot. It fulfills my soul and it makes me happy in order to share something with you that I learned from and that I became better at. I always tell everyone, be safe, stay encouraged. Remember to reconnect with your family. It starts with you first. And remember to stay positive no matter what the situation is. And remember, everything works out for you. Everything will work out for you. Until next time, have a blessed one and be safe.